And hello, everyone. This is the West Bright Raven. I'm Quoth Raven, the West Bright Raven live draw. For the next 3 hours, we will be doing illustrations, mostly sketch cards, but we'll also be doing a pinup of the character Gary L. Shipman's Titan Mouse of Might a little bit later in the show. The sketch cards that I'm going to be doing are going to be pieces that are going to be given away at Scratch and Spin Records in West Columbia, South Carolina, across from the Zesto's restaurant on Highway 12, or US. It's 12. I know that, but I can't remember if it's highway or what. But anyway, that will be given away on Halloween Day, barring any rain out or something like that. But even if we have rain, I'm probably going to still be there. I'll just be indoors instead of outdoors. So hopefully the kids will show up and we'll be able to do some fun stuff. Now, I do a lot of these prelimed on the computer in Photoshop, in Blue Line, printed them out. And what I will do is, these are printed in templates, as you can see. They're very light blue line, each one different. Some of them I left blank so I could just draw a face on them. Other ones I'm a little more elaborate with. Didn't want to get too detailed because I didn't want to spoil all the fun for you guys. So we'll just go straight to work. And these will be colored later on. I don't know if I will take the time to do the coloring live or not. I want to leave enough time over 3 hours to get to the Titan sketch, and that's going to take a little bit, even though it's also lightly prelimed. If you're watching, feel free to say hello in the chat. Let me know if you want some spooky music in the background or some other stuff going on. That would be cool. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Couldn't reach my drawing glove. I like to, I just hadn't thought about putting it on because I was so busy earlier. This is to help not get the ink smear or pencil smears on the board. This pen's being fussy. I'm going to try the phone. Yeah, that's better. Now, because these are sketches and pumpkins aren't exactly perfectly shaped, I may not go perfection on these. I'm going to shift it just a bit here so I can get the right angle. Let's draw it. Again, these are the freebies I'm going to be giving away at Scratch and Spin Records on Halloween Day. I will also have other cards that are actually for sale, and pinups and prints and stuff like that as well. But those will be for sale. This is the stuff that I'm doing for free. I will also have some toy figures and stuff like that I'm giving away free as well. I'm gonna put a little music on.
At Best Buy, you can
Well, I
always
didn't
count
know
on
it was
getting
gonna
the
do
latest
ads.
tech at a great price.
That
Plus,
sucks.
we'll make sure there are lots of easy ways.
I hate when they do that. I might switch off of this. It does it again, which it probably will. Not really my favorite music. I was looking for something a little bit more mellow for Halloween, but does anybody want to see this in color, or should I just go to black and white and then go to the next one in black and white? Let me know. As I look for something a little bit better music-wise. That sounds better. It shouldn't be interrupted with ads. With any luck. will color these and cut them into individual cards a little bit later in the day. I got quite a few of these to do. I'm not going to do them all on the show. I'm only going to do like maybe 12 out of about 72 or 75 I'm going to do of them. And then I'm going to spend like the last hour or so on the Titan sketch that I promised people. So let's go on to the next one. Hopefully I've drawn a little more diverse shapes of paintings this particular set. Sorry, didn't mean to knock the table. Yes, I'm really going to draw it upside down. right back. It's very annoying. I got back something heavy enough to hold it. Right back. Just does not want to hold up. Sorry, I will be right back. I can use facilities. Sorry about that. Let's see, get the camera angle back where it is. And thanks, my hawk warrior. I appreciate it. Probably in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'll start working on that Titan mouse. Just a reminder, everybody, these are going to be giveaway free. They're not necessarily my top line work. It's more or less just something to give away. For the kids. Hopefully I'll have enough. I have no idea what's going to be a turnout with the COVID-19 situation. It's not going to be as big, I don't think, as it's been in previous years, because usually what the shop does is on Halloween, Diamond Comics usually gives a bunch of comics free, and they didn't do that this year because of COVID. They didn't have the Comic Fest that they normally do. But the store wanted to do something, so I told them I'd step in and try to have enough stuff to give away. Like I said, I have about 75 or 80 of these to give away, and then I'll have figurines and like little army men that are hand painted and dinosaurs and stuff like that to give away. Usually I do that at home on Halloween for the kids, but my father's susceptible to COVID pretty much at his age, and I figure it's better to not do the trick-or-treating part this year at the house for that reason. Well, that's one of the reasons. The other reason was when I asked the local group, local community on our community board for our neighborhood, how many cards I needed to make, how many kids are going to be participating type thing, so I had an idea. They're like, we don't care if you even do it. I'm like, well, if you don't care, why should I spend the time drawing it? Making these cards for your kids, So for people who appreciate it, at least, Alrighty. Let's see, get a little more. I think what this will do for the second set. So we will like an hour and a half. That should give me plenty of time to do that Titan drawing. Apparently, the what is it? The Facebook didn't like me playing music, so I had to turn it off. Just got a notice, so I apologize for that. Hopefully they won't like take it off the screen or something, or cut my feed or some stupid nonsense. I swear they're so censor happy, it's ridiculous. That's why I typically don't do feed on Facebook, folks. That's why I tend to do everything on YouTube. They aren't quite so anal. But anyway, got the Titan book doing now, or a Titan drawing here. For those of you who don't know what Titan Mouse and Light is, let me see if I can find the book real quick. This is Titan Mouse of Mites in hardcover graphic novel, black and white interiors by Gary Shipman. It has his Rhonda Shipman signature on there too, although unfortunately, I guess the ink wasn't right and my finger rubbed it off, but oh well. My thumb, rather. Not the end of the world. I'm not crying about it, trust me. But it's kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a parody, but kind of like a mouse version of Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. And he's going up against a research lab that has transformed him and other animals into beings that are able to speak, and he's come into our world to exact vengeance. It's pretty cool stuff. You can see how small he is in a way because he's going in the vent. But I enjoy it. I enjoyed this, and there is a second volume that's currently being crowdfunded. And if you watch episode 45 of season 2 of Quoth the Raven, and in my YouTube feeds, you will find the interview with Gary, and we do a lot of talking about this book and his current crowdfunding campaign. And that particular night, which was last Thursday, I was trying to draw, but I couldn't because my vision was a little bit off that night for some reason. Normally, I don't draw with my glasses on, but I've learned because of what happened Thursday that I have to have my glasses on, because if I try to go from drawing and then look up at the screen without the glasses, my eyes, because of my astigmatism, just go completely out of whack and I can't focus, and everything gets screwed up. It never used to be that way, but it just means my eyes are getting worse, and I'm going to have to go see the eye doctor. That's all. Now, I'm not going to ink this. I'm going to pencil it only. I did do blue lines for a rough. But hold on a second. I need to get his postcards here for reference. It's not really Batman in a way. I mean, you can see there's a difference he's got bare arms and stuff like that. And he obviously doesn't have the bat symbol on his shirt and stuff like that, but it's a cool thing. But let's go ahead and try and get this done because I felt really bad trying to do the sketch cards on Thursday and just it was so off. It was not funny. So I hope that Nighthawk Warrior and others will come watch a little bit later. Hello, Nighthawk. I'm trying to get it done right this time. The other night when I was trying to draw it, when Gary was on, my vision was all messed up. Completely screwed up my depth perception. I prefer to draw with my glasses off, but when I have to look up at the screen and I go back and forth, my eyes just go wonky if I don't wear my glasses. So I guess I have to wear them if I'm going to do live draw and look at the screen. So at least until I get new glasses. I'm doing all right. A little bit on the tired side, but that's to be expected. Doing a lot of reading for that Booktober takes a lot of time and energy that I wish I had thought of before I went and did it. One thing's for sure, I'm going to be burned out on doing reviews for a regular show. Booktober's doing all right. I mean, it's we're on day 24 out of 31, and it's just time consuming is all. Um, I did 12 pen and inks of the pumpkins. I have about another 60 more to do. Yeah, I got a whole stack of them. See, yeah, but I knew if I stopped doing that, I would definitely not be able to get to the one that I figured people who would just come into the chat, or not into the chat, but on subscribe to the channel, sincerely who really wanted to see me do, because I know that the attempt at sketch card for the other night was horrible, so I wanted to do something a little more appropriate. Now I'm going to do this strictly in pencils because if and when Gary sees it, we were talking about him possibly inking me. And if he likes what he sees and wants to ink it, then there's no sense in me inking it, is there? I can just go ahead and scan this and get it in the right proportions and ship it to him, or email it to him. Hello, Wrench. How are you today? Hope this is a vast improvement over the sketch card I was trying to get done on Thursday. You guys can see it a lot bigger, and just feel like it's a little bit more faithful, I guess. I don't know. At least the proportions are right. It's better than it was on Thursday. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like I said, my vision was something else that night. I don't know if it was I was just too tired, or like I said, I was switching back and forth from looking down at the art and looking up to the screen was just messing my eyes up. Something fierce. Okay, Miles Morales Spider-Man. Okay, that's cool. Um, PS4. Are you reviewing PS? Did he review PS4 Spider-Man, or was it him playing Spider-Man on PS4? The sketch cards from Thursday, the two different versions. I don't know where they're at right now, off the top of my head. I don't. Let me see if they're up here. No, I don't think I threw them out or anything, because I really did. I really hated them. Loathe. Let's see. I don't see them right nearby. I don't. I don't know. I don't think I threw them out, but. Okay. You're playing the game. Okay. All right. I So basically you're kind of showing the gameplay. Okay, gotcha. All right. I don't play video games unfortunately anymore. Um, kind of. I don't know. I won't say I grew out of it. I mean, I did, but I guess what it was for me was the games got too expensive when I was in college for my liking. I had other things I was invested in financially, and you know, comics being one of them, but also, um, just I guess I was too busy too. I mean, I was, in college, I was doing so much stuff for comics at that time, you know, getting into the business. So I didn't really have time for it anyway. So it was relatively easy to let it go. And once you let go of stuff, you tend not to get back into them, if you know what I mean. The comic novel series. Well, there's a bunch of them I want to do. I mean, it's just a matter of time and money to do them. I guess the one I'm probably gonna get done first is Adventures of Spacey the Alien remake. When I say remake, it's because that's the one I did for 80 issues in the 90s. I'm rebooting it from scratch. I'm not redrawing the stories I used to do because what I did back then was a little bit different than what I want to do now. I don't really want to go deal with schools and school boards and stuff because what I did in the 90s was I promoted it as an educational tool a lot and marketed it as not just a comic but a coloring and activity book. And now I kind of want to do it as a regular comic. I'm not sure if I'm going to do either Indiegogo or Kickstarter at this point, because my mindset on the crowdfunding is a little bit different than everyone else's in a way. Um, like I was telling Gary, the other day on the show, um, I believe part of the problem, that some of these people come up with is, they say their book earned all this money. And it's like, it's not your book, it's your campaign and all the promises, extras that you're adding on to the book. And I'm not really keen on the idea of having to do all that extra work. And I guess that's because, I was successful before without having to do all that. So I want to see if I can redo what I did before I worry about um, crowdfunding. And if I do need to go to crowdfunding, then okay, we make that adjustment. But and understand, I'm not um, dissing crowdfunding. Um, it's more of a criticism of some people who think that crowdfunding is the only way to work, or that they're better than people who spent their careers doing comics in the mainstream or the old-fashioned underground way, or whatever, because they're you know the flavor of the month, so to speak, or flavor of the moment. And people kind of annoy me when they do that. That's not Gary, by the way. That's Clint Stokes and Ethan and those guys. Spacey, the alien adventurer. Yeah. Well, when I did him in the 90s, he was an alien who crash landed on Earth and befriended some kids. And they went around the Earth. And I gave, um, kind of a historical information and stuff like that. But with the new one, I'm kind of thinking I want to get him out into outer space and the other aliens and stuff, but I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to do the kids, like, the kids that from the original series will have grown up, because that was like 25 years ago. So they'll be like in their 30s or 40s. Maybe their kids would go with him into outer space and go see other alien worlds and alien cultures and stuff like that. I don't know yet. I haven't fully made up my mind if I'm doing that and still having an educational vibe to it, or if I'm just going to go just him and do it as a comedy type comic book where he's just going in different places and running into different encounters with different aliens or different things. I think I've shown it Spacey around here, but I don't know where I've got him right now. Whoops. Cut it too short. Well, technically I could do it. I wish I knew where my other pencil was, but it doesn't seem to be here. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Mm-hmm. All right. That's what I need this for. I did his cape a little tore up. He got in a fight with a cat or something. Yeah, I'm thinking that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to do something with, doing it with the kids. But it's kind of a weird thing in a way because they trust him, but this is different. We were at least on Earth. You're going out to where? My kids are going to see what? So I don't know. I might. I don't know if I'm gonna like have one of them have the kids be a little bit older because the kids when I um did it in the original work were middle schoolers, and I might have them be a little bit older, more self confident, more self reliant, I guess, in a way. Maybe I don't know. So that's one possibility of getting something done next year. The other one is the Blake and Terror series, but that one I don't know. I want to get it done, but I gotta. That one I'm probably gonna have to crowdfund because I don't think I can raise the money to pay the colorist. And that's like the key. That's one of the key holdups on that is that it has to be in color, and I can't afford the colorist right now. No, I can't color digitally at all. I suck at that. I'm okay hand color, but and I wouldn't even consider myself a great traditional colorist. Um, but no, digital I can't do squat. It has to. It's one of those things. My eye just doesn't travel well from looking down and then back to the screen, up and down, and trying to do it. And I don't have a tablet that's got the screen so I can look at the tablet while I'm doing it. So that's part of it. And part of it is I don't know what it is. I just was never very good at it. I tried it a couple of times to get into that side of it, and it just did not fare well. Some things, you're an artist, but some things you just get better at than others. I mean, I'm more of an inker than anything else. Than when it comes to art, and yet, I can pencil okay, and I can hand color okay, but a lot of people just specialize, and that's why you see these guys. You'll see a lot of colorists that can't draw. They understand the digital side of coloring, and that's it. Ask Gary. Again, I wouldn't ask anybody unless I could pay them. And I have a couple of guys I want. It's just a matter of raising the money for them. That's all. But I appreciate it. Yeah, hold on a second. I'm gonna put this over here. You guys take a look at that for a few moments. While my kitty decides to try and investigate when it can't. And yes, there's a little bit of a smear right in there that I'm going to have to fix, but that's no big deal. Let's see here. I appreciate that, Nighthawk. Just give me a second here. I gotta see if I can figure out how to do this. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not. Doesn't look like you can. So, all right. I was trying to share something. Let me see if I can figure out a different way here. Sometimes application windows don't want to share properly. I don't know why. It doesn't want to share it. Okay. All right. It just doesn't want to share it. Oh, it did share it. Cool. You saw the Spider-Man piece there. That was actually my digital coloring. It just didn't show up in my screen somehow. It wasn't showing like it looked, like it was being shared. Okay. Hello, wild food. Wild food. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to find the actual stuff though. That's my colorist that I'm trying to work with eventually here. If I can find the art. No, that's not it. There we go. All right. I'm going to try to share something else here, okay? You should see a stormtrooper. If you guys see a stormtrooper, then that's by Hector Rubelar, and that's my colorist that I'm trying to get for Blake and Terror. So, and let's see if I can share the other one that is. It won't let me, of course. Okay, you guys did see the stormtrooper. Okay, and then there's a Darth Vader that he did for me about a year ago. Let's see. We can get to share again. So, did you guys see the Vader? Okay. Yeah, that's the guy I want to try and get to do the color work for Blake and Terror, though. So, let me do a quick cleanup of that pencil smear. I don't like it getting in there. That's why I wore the glove. Why are you smearing? But it is. Probably just got a little bit too much lead from the heavy fills. That's okay. And where's my brush? Sweep away the dust particles, eraser particles. I'll have to come back to it and finish that later, but at least it's clean. No, Blake and Terror is a separate series from Spacey. It's from Spacey the Alien Adventurer. Blake and Terror is a science fiction series, but it's that's more like a Cowboy Bebop type thing. Cowboy Bebop, Firefly type stories. Yeah, let me grab my book real quick here. And let's see. Who's that? Nope, I don't see it. Okay. You probably heard my kitty there. This is the lead character for Blake, Tina Blake, Terror, their starship, her hover bike. One of the aliens that are featured in the story. Little full-bodied design of Fertina, and then this is the first actual page of the actual comic. And what it's basically about is Tina and Terror. You actually have to. It's T apostrophe R apostrophe OR. You have to roll your tongue to say it. It's Terror, but everybody calls him Terror. And they're thieves, and they steal a crystal, only to find it's a fake, and that it has it's a data crystal instead of a gemstone crystal. And on the data crystal is orders to assassinate the president of the Intergalactic Alliance, and they have to stop the assassination or get blamed for it. Not exactly what you want to get blamed for. So that's what that book's about. Not quite. Hate when I freehand it and it's just off a smidge. Start down here and do it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, well, for the Blake and Tara Crystal conspiracy is all me, right? Writing, pencils, inks. I just need to get a colorist, and that's going to be around a 200-page book when it comes out. So that's part of the why it's taking so long. Um, I'm hoping to do it relatively soon, though, because I've had that story around for decades. And it's just it needs to get out there and in the world and be read. It was supposed to come out way back in '99 or 2000, believe it or not. And the publisher I had, I'm not going to name them, flaked out on me. And it was going to be black and white then. But when they flaked out on me, I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I might as well go color. And my colorist, you might know the original guy I had planned for coloring was Blonde, the colorist. He does a lot of stuff from Art 1 DC. He did a lot of Green Lantern stuff over Van Sciver, I think. Um, it's hard for me to remember. He's been around coloring for so long. Um, but at the time, my parents both suffered heart attacks, and I had the money I was going to pay him. I had to instead not invest, but help pay medical bills for my parents. So that's kind of what put the book on hiatus all this time. Some friends have told me I need to like do a shorter story, a more introductory story. That's not as much work, just to introduce the characters. Yeah, I appreciate you saying so. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I won't say basic. I guess it's been sitting and percolating in my mind for so long. To me it seems basic, but it's not. It's complex. I mean, there's stuff going on in that story that the relationships between different characters are going to be interesting to play out. And Terror, which you guys didn't get to see because I've drawn him, but I've never really finalized him because he's a shapeshifter, and I don't really have. When I say finalized, I mean his base form, um, and that's because he doesn't know his own base form. He's gonna. He had I guess what you call a mental deficiency, and his race normally can read minds and sense what your greatest desire is, and then shapeshift into that. Um, he instead detects your greatest fears, hence terror. And he's been ostracized from his own race, and so he doesn't really know what his own race even looks like. But I kind of look at it as Tina's kind of like a cross between Han Solo and Catwoman, and Theodore is kind of like, I don't know, he's not Odo from Deep Space Nine or anything, but I mean, because he's a shapeshifter. I mean, some people have made that analogy. Um, but he's kind of like my Chewbacca type, buddy, but he's an intellectual too. And he does speak. He doesn't just growl and gronk the way Chewie does. Okay. Back in there and retighten it. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do it this way. Set it up here. What do you guys think of that? And I'm going to take out that banner real quick. I should put that. There we go. I think that's a lot better than the mess that were those trading cards the other night. If I find the trading cards again, Nighthawk, I'll go ahead and just let you know, and you can like send me a mailing address, and I'll finish them up and just send them to you. Now, as for this, I have to show this to Gary, and we'll see what he thinks of it. And this is kind of, I mean, this isn't a fully rendered piece. This is a sketch, but if he likes this, then what I will do is I will blow it up on 11 by 17 actual board, pencil it out, and then we'll see if he wants to ink it or if he wants me to ink it. And then, we'll go from there and see what's going on. But that's between me and Gary, I guess. And I did the logo by freehand, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. Get a little bit closer up to that. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. But in the meantime, let me go see if I can find that Spacey pinup real quick. I know it's around here somewhere. I'm right by the area. I'm just kind of looking for what I did with it. Oh, very strange. Okay, Nighthawk, I did find the cards. At least I found something. I'll show those in a second again. Let's see. Well, it's not the one I wanted to show, but I don't know where the one I want to show is. So I'm just going to go ahead and move the camera over real quick. Come on, settle down. Hello, everyone. This is Spacey. Okay. And this is from '94. This is the very first drawing I ever did of him. But I can't find the one I wanted to show. I just did one not that long ago. It's the new version. It looks similar to that, but it's a little bit different. And yes, Nighthawk, I did find the cards. I'm just not happy with them. But if you want them, you can talk to me on Messenger and I'll finish them up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. I'll let Gary know that I got the stuff and scan it in. And, we'll do that. I'll probably get back to the these cards I got to do because I got to do about 70 of these, 75 or 80 of these at least. I'm doing a appearance on Halloween Day for one of my local comic shops, because since Diamond's not doing the Halloween event, they don't have anything really to give out. And so that's what I'll be doing on that day, is unless it's like completely rained out or something, or they cancel it. I'll be doing that. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Don't need that. Needed it for the light for seeing it from the camera angle, but not this way. Any questions for the day? Okay. But I appreciate everyone watching and liking. Had a like from one of my other friends out there over on Facebook. I don't know if he actually liked, just liked it that I posted it, or liked it otherwise. Okay. Have a good one, Nighthawk. Have a good day, man. I'm a little bit early. I was going to go to 6, but I finished that tight a little bit faster than I thought I would. What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm back probably tomorrow, do another live draw. I might do the coloring on the sketch cards, because I'm going to be spending most of the night drawing these cards anyway. Yes, you can buy the Wingman art book, which is where you just saw the artwork for Blake and Terror, for $15. That's including the shipping and handling from me. And for $20, you get a sketch inside under here, like a remark. Let me grab a quick one if I can find them. Of course. I'm going to sit them down now. Always when I want to find stuff. Yeah. Trying to find it. I wish I knew where I put my stuff. I just did cleaning, and that's why I can't find anything. Crazy. Anyway, you can get the art book. I've also got copies of a book I inked for Arrow Comics in 98 or 99. When was this out? 90. Now you see why I got to take my glasses off so I can read stuff. 98. Okay. I inked this book. It's called Wonderland. It's based on Alice goes into the land of Oz, and Alice goes into the land of Oz, Dorothy from Oz goes into Wonderland, meets Alice. They're kind of like the rebels, and the Queen of Hearts is like Jabba the Hutt. But yeah, I inked this book, and yes, it says Burt Ranke. That's my actual legal name. Lewis is my middle name. Bright Raven is my artistic pseudonym and honorary tribal name. I'm a Chippewa and Shoshone. The reason that my name was put in instead of Lewis Bright Raven is because, well, the editor and publisher was kind of a dick. I just didn't realize he was being a dick at the time, but now I know. Yeah, it's a crossover. Back in the 90s, Ralph Griffith and Stuart Kerr from Caliber Press, and even before that at Arrow, were doing a book called Dark Oz. And this is kind of like the crossover, a spinoff where from Dorothy from Dark Oz goes into the Wonderland verse, and Alice and the Mad Hatter and Tweedledee and Tweedledum and all the other characters, a Cheshire Cat. You can see a Cheshire Cat on there behind Alice in there. The court of the different hearts and stuff like that they've got the hair with the watch, and they're trying to get him to tell him where the rebels are, so to speak. And this is all the different characters, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum too, with the hats on. And they got Dormouse there on right there. And they're, basically introducing Dorothy to everyone until Cheshire Cat shows up. And collapses. And there's 3 issues, but I only worked on the first one. So these are like $5 with the shipping and handling. And let's see, I've got other stuff that you might want to look for is oh geez, I only want to mention that one title wise. Scar Tissue from Ronin Studios, #1. I had a pin up in that. What if geez, what number is that? Let me look it up real quick. What If's number 79, volume 2, number 79 from 1994, 95 maybe? Yeah, November 95. It's credited, inker is Jeff Albrecht. I was his assistant, which basically means he did all the line work and I filled in the blacks, basically. But it's credited to Jeff officially. And there's some other books like that I did work on for Marvel in the 90s. I assisted Tim Dizon on Avengers West Coast during his run over David Ross, which is near the end of the Avengers West Coast stuff. It was written by Roy and Dan Thomas. Anything I've written? Oh, geez. If you happen to live in Michigan, you might find some of my stuff in the bargain bins. I don't know. I did 80 issues of Spacey originally, from 1993 to 2001. But they were not shipped through Diamond, and they were not really found in comic shops. I marketed them through schools and daycare centers and restaurants as kind of like an educational comic. And as a result, I didn't really have the presence in comic shops. Not that I didn't want it. It's like they didn't want me. You're black and white. It won't sell. You're the wrong size format. It won't sell. They made every kind of excuse in the book there was. So that's why I did what I did. But let's see. You might also find Supreme 6, which I did 8 issues of. Wrote and drew that in 93 to 95. Komodo the Dragon, Ryo Yoshindo Komodo the Dragon, another 6-issue series that I wrote and drew, again, around 93 to 95. Those are through Constellation Studios, which was my original brand. They'll be, like I said, you have to be in the Midwest to find them, probably. Because they had small print runs. I mean, Supreme 6 averaged around 4,800 copies. Dragon about 5,600. The big one was Spacey at 13,500. But like I said, I don't know how available they are anymore. As far as let's see what else. You might also want to try and find my novella Atmosphere. Let's see if I can show you what that cover looks like. That's what that cover of that book looks like. And that is an alien invasion. That's mine. It's all. It's an alien invasion. I wrote it in 93. The cover artist is Darren Peterson, also known as Nyrad. That's why it says Nyrad in the bottom right corner. It was basically an alien invasion story. There's 3 races of aliens that are trying to terraform Earth, and they whether or not we survive that or not. And it ends with what's left of humanity, which isn't much, basically being absconded off with one people. With our what's left of humanity, with one of the alien races who wants to save what's left of the human race and find them a new planet to live on, because they've ruined the other races have completely terraformed Earth to suit their needs, which is completely toxic to us. But yeah, I did that in 93. It's I think it was a 156-page novella, if I remember correctly. And again, those are stuff that you're going to have a hard time finding because it's so long ago. I was very successful from like 93 to 2001. And then both my parents suffered heart attacks, and I had to take time off to be a full-time caregiver for a long time. And I basically shifted over to helping promote other people like Blonde the Colorist, Yildiray Snar, Mahmoud Asrar, Freddie Williams, helping them get their books again and getting their career started. Maybe you should rewatch Atmosphere. It's not a bad idea. It's just that I got so much other stuff that I haven't ever released at all. And I don't have a copy of the original transcript anymore. Unfortunately, it was on old 3.5 hard floppy disks. And it's probably there on the disc, but I have no way to read it because I don't have any way to do that. But and I don't want to try and rewrite and reprint something I don't remember it verbatim anymore after 25, 27 years. But if I were going to do something like that, I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting. But I got so many ideas and so many things to do. It's not funny. I mean, you know, I've already got Blake and Terror I got to get done. I've got Revolution 2250, which is about basically, it was originally conceived back in '93 with Chad Curry. He was one of my collaborators back then. Um, it's a science fiction political thriller, is what it is. The president of the, I'm trying to think of what is the actual corporate conglomerate of industrialized states. We're no longer the U.S. Uh, think Trump turned the U.S. into a corporation, and the he's one of the police force. The guy that you saw on the screen here, he's one of the police force, and he gets out of that and joins the underground that's trying to restore freedom to the America. Basically, is what that's about. I've got that one, and I've got Spell Seeker, which is a science fiction and fantasy story where a teenager finds out his father is a wizard from another dimension, and he has to go back to fight to free that world from a tyrannical wizard. So, and that would have been done, but the original penciler that you saw there, Matt Cameron, passed away unfortunately, very young. He had kidney problems, and that was his pencils and my inks. And I'm trying to find a replacement for him. But when I find a replacement for him, then we'll move forward on that. And there's some more of Matt's work with my inks. So as you can see, I got quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, I want to get them all out there. It's just a matter of replacing Matt for Spellseeker and hiring colorists more than anything else. If I know I can get back to where I was doing in the '90s, and that's a big if. But how do I put this? I want to try and build it where I have upwards of 10K before I ever launch for audience base, and that's not an easy thing to rebuild. And but I will endeavor to do so. That's kind of what next year's Quoth the Raven is about. Next year, I'm going to start doing a lot of the stuff where you guys are going to get to watch me draw this stuff live, the actual pages to the stories like you get to watch with Gary when he's drawing Titan. So that'll be a lot of what I do next year, starting in January, because I'm tired of doing review shows that nobody watches. Basically, I'll still do some reviews and do other things, but that's all there is to that. But that's after 6 now, folks. I appreciate you. You do know that Black and White coming. Yeah, I know. It's not that I guess the reason I want to do them in color is because my entire career in the '90s was black and white, pretty much, and I just want to have something in color too. all the color work I've ever done has been me doing inks on someone else and hasn't really been mine. It's just been me as part of a team. And I want to get something that's mine. That's in color. That's all. I might end up doing something shorter, that's all. But, like I said, I've got so much stuff. I've got you'd be amazed. I've got like somewhere close to 400 projects in development. By Nighthawk. It's not that I'm sick of black and white. I want to see my stuff in color. That's all. But yeah. So anyway, I really appreciate everyone coming to watch. And let's see here. Where's our thing here? In future. You can reach me on Facebook at lewis.brightraven, on deviantart.com/brightraven, where you can see a lot of other artwork I've done. You can see some better close-ups of like that Stormtrooper print and that Darth Vader print, which, by the way, are available. 8.5 by 11 is, I think it's $5 each. Yeah, $5 each for those. Have a nice day. Yep. Catch you later, Nighthawk. You can follow me on Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright Raven on YouTube. You can ask questions about whatever pertaining to comics and science fiction, stuff like that, at Quoth the Raven, LBR72@gmail.com. Please let me know if you want me to include your name and address, or where you're from on the air when you send me an email to that address. And if you can't reach me there, try lewisbroughtraven@yahoo.com. The regular podcast is on Thursday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, for the remainder of October, I'll be doing Booktober, which is our basically it's like Inktober. I'm just doing book reviews every day. And let's see, I don't know for sure what is tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we're doing back issue 122, The Futurians by Dave Cockrum, and I don't know the other one off the top of my head. I forgot. But there's one other book that I'm doing. So it'll be 3 books tomorrow that we'll be reviewing. And then I'll probably do another live draw to finish up the sketch cards for the holiday event for next week, Saturday. Okay. So until then, I wish you all a pleasant day, and thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.